Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the regular Commissioners Court meeting for Thursday, November the 3rd. All commissioners are present except for Commissioner Lynch. So we're going to go ahead and take the first item, discuss take possible action on approval of payroll number 21 for the period ending October 28th.
I'm going to be approved payroll number 21.
And I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have discussed take possible action on approval of personnel action forms.
The first one is Marie Lockey, resignation. Emer resignation. New hire for the tax office, David Unido. Marcos Escobar, rehire, sheriff's office. AJ Garza, resignation. Mordecai McCullers, transfer from purchase officer to transport officer.
You ought to get a raise just for having the name Mordecai.
He'll probably agree with that.
I bet that's not a motion, is it?
Oh,
Okay.
Jessica Zaragoza, increase within approved slot. Ricardo Valdez, increase within approved slot. Chrissy Ivy, increase within approved slot. That's it.
I move we approve the personnel action form.
Second.
Motion is second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed take possible action on approval of the following Commissioner Court minutes, and it's going to be the September 22nd, 2022 and October 20th, 2022.
I'll approve as written.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed take possible action on approval of line item transfers.
Good morning, Commissioners. There's 3 line item transfers in front of you. The first one is for WIC, and we are transferring out $6,620 to the contracts line from general supplies. And that is due, this is for last fiscal year, and that's due to an HTS cost that they needed to have for the sonic wall. The next one is for our office, Auditor's office. We had 2 simultaneous employees go to conference at the same time. So we needed to reimburse one of them for travel. And we're simply moving $1,000 from equipment line to reimbursable travel. And then the last line item is moving monies from other expenses from non-departmental to other services to cover the Westwood engineer invoice.
I'll move we approve the line item transfer.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed take possible action on approval of accounts payable.
Yes, over $10,000 checks are on the cover page. We have 2 wire transfers and jail prison care. Total is $1,210,406.25.
Just to let everybody know, our type D material that we use a lot of, November the 1st went up 35%. That's, type D patching material. That's probably the biggest jump we've had, and probably one of the most used materials we got.
the motion because Lynch is not here. Is there a restitution?
Restitution.
Is there one?
No,
No restitution?
no restitution.
Make the motion, we approve account payables, and I don't see no exceptions.
I'll second that.
Motion in 2 seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed take possible action on approval of the disbursement of funds since the last Commissioners Court meeting.
Yes, the total on utilities, $20,290.99.
Make the motion, we approve disbursements of funds since last Commissioners Court.
I'll second that.
Motion in a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed take possible action on acceptance of a donation of road materials from Capital Aggregates for County Road 265.
Yeah, this is the second time in a year that Capital's, wanted to donate materials for county roads. It's great when you got a good relationship with a plant like this that benefit the county. So, I'll make a motion to accept the donations for road materials from Capital Aggregates.
And I'll second that. Thank you for doing a good job, Will.
Is that the one that goes up to the quarry? The first road we use the machine on?
Yes. But now that we're working past the quarry, they donated another 1,000 tons of base and paving rock.
Great.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have visitors' public comment. Do we have any? Well, then we will stand in recess until 10 o'clock. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the regular Commissioners Court for Thursday, November the 3rd. And we're going to go on to item number 10. We're going to open up a public hearing to receive public comment regarding final approval of vacate and replat of lots 23A, Medina Lake Ranches, subdivision Unit 1, located in Precinct 1 off of 1283. Is there anybody here for that public hearing?
We're here.
We're here? Is there any comments that have to be made on it?
Well, one reason why we're tabling it is this,
Well, that's the next item. We're right now, but any public comment, go ahead and make it.
well, the only comment I was making was we're waiting on attorneys to write up an agreement for the
Okay.
shared access.
Okay. So if there's nobody else here for that, then I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. Item number 11 is to take action on what we just had a public hearing on, but we're going to wait until the attorneys get their stuff together for that. So we're going to table number 11. We're going to open up another public hearing for number 12 to receive public comment regarding vacate and replat of lots 7A, 7B, St. Laban Stagecoach Hills subdivision located in Precinct 2. Anybody here for that? Okay, then we're going to go ahead and close the public hearing and go on to item number 13, which we will table and not take any action because, you know why?
I don't know nothing about the 104 already.
Okay, they just said they're not ready for it,
That's
so
good.
so anyway.
They have not come to me with it.
moving right along then. We're going to go on to number 14, discuss take possible action on final approval of Redbird Ranch subdivision phase 2, unit 4M-3, located in Precinct 2 off of County Road 381. And are you here with Pape-Dawson?
Yes, I am.
Are you Pape or Dawson?
Neither.
Okay.
I'm Catherine Lundberg. I work for Pape-Dawson. I'm in the New Braunfels office. If you need the address, it is 1672 Independence Drive. It's Suite 102, New Braunfels.
Okay.
And zip is 78132.
Okay. Thank you, Catherine. Is there anything on that?
No, I have no problem with it. It looked like they're gonna start up a big group of houses again. This is like 300 some homes total.
This one is 140 lots. It's the
140 lots on the
next
first.
unit in that phase for Redbird Ranch.
Well, I will make a motion that we go ahead and, okay that one. And the next time this comes up, it'll be probably in his district, because he's gonna be taking over that district
Okay,
first of the year.
Does that mean you're going to second?
good to know.
That means I'll second it.
So just one question. Does that mean the Pape-Dawson San Antonio office is not big enough that you have to come all the way from New Braunfels?
We adopted it. Whenever we opened up the new office, we were already working on that job, so we
Oh, okay.
get to do the good old drive across the city.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now, you're on the next one too. Discuss
Yes.
take possible action on final approval of vacate and replat of lots 10, 11, and 12 of Redbird Ranch subdivision phase 2, unit 4M-2A, located in precinct 2.
Yes, 2 lot lines were moved and the lot numbers were renumbered. And this is for the recorded plat for unit Form 2.
So, you know, they reconfigured 3 lots dead center in the middle of the subdivision, and they all meet the
Correct.
standards.
Yes,
So I'll make a motion that we okay the lots.
Second.
It's 3 lots.
yes.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Yeah, is this gonna be served by Yancey?
This is served by Yancey Water, and it is a PID. It's the largest PID we have,
But I mean,
probably in the county.
They're gonna use Yancey water.
Yes,
And
it
it's
is.
all private roads. And it's also working under a fresh water grant.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
San Antonio Sewer.
That's what it's doing.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we have discussed take possible action on final approval of revised private road 1505 in Laguna de Medina, section G of Holiday Villages.
Yeah, we've been working on this one for a little while. Richie and myself stayed on it constantly. We made some adjustments throughout the way, but at the end of the day, it met our requirements and I approve it.
Okay,
I'll second it.
is that a motion?
Motion is.
Okay, motion is second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed take possible action to terminate certain Xerox cost per image lease agreements for failure to deliver equipment pursuant to terms of the contract agreement. And you are,
Zada Rodriguez-Salazar for the.
hi Zada. So, and let me just tell you what, my goal is not so much to, I just want y'all to give me authority to negotiate this on these agreements. There's about, how many, 5 or 6 that we've been waiting on for a long time?
About 16.
There's 8 of them.
8.
There's 8.
My apologies.
So this is a list of all our Xerox agreements, okay? And the bottom lighter colored ones are the ones that
We're
are,
waiting for.
we're waiting for delivery
Yes,
and
sir.
they've not performed to those contracts, okay? So these next 2 items, just so Zadie, and I haven't talked to her until just now, but we want to probably, we've had a Xerox agreement for, how many years have Xerox been in here? Probably Xerox is the only ones that have been in here. We're not, and it's not like we're unhappy with Xerox, but we are probably, it's in our best interest to go out for bids every once in a while, just to make sure that we're still getting the best deal we can. It's kind of like what we did with HTS on IT a couple years ago. So 18 is to do that, 17 is, and all I really am asking y'all to do is just give me the ability to negotiate with them and possibly terminate them if we can't work something out. And do you want to go ahead and say something?
So we recently got off a phone call, a conference call yesterday, which was with Pam and higher ups with Gene. He said that we are more than, they got a phone call, they're gonna say about 30-day windows to get the majority of the 8130s, which is most of the machines that y'all are waiting for as well, should be taken care of within the 30 days.
The ones on the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we got 30 days, you think they'll come in?
Yes, sir. From my understanding, we did receive it, we got a confirmation this morning, a shipment did get sent out today for 2 units.
Okay,
So hopefully,
well, that would satisfy that problem, wouldn't it?
yes, sir.
Let's hope so.
I hope so.
Because we've been waiting
I
months and months and months on these things, which is why it's on the agenda.
Most definitely, and I understand everything with chip shortage and everything with people not wanting to work. I know that has a lot to do with it. So I'm just trying to make sure y'all are happy and satisfied. I've made sure that whatever problems y'all do have, I've taken care of, made phone calls, emailed, whatever this problem may be, I've tried my best to take care of it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So the only motion I would need from y'all is just to authorize me to be able to terminate them if necessary.
On 17 and 18 or 17?
On just 17, the ones that aren't delivered, and then we'll work with them, and if they can get them to us, then we'll, but I just need the authority in case, so we don't have to come back here and do it again.
And Judge fixing to do something.
Jerry's gonna do it.
Well, I make a motion to authorize Judge Chris Schuchart to negotiate with Xerox on these pending contracts.
I'll second that motion.
Are we going to have it done within 57 days?
That's your question.
Come again? Sorry.
Are we going to have it done within 57 days?
I will speak with Jean. I will be in contact with Ruby and Edward, and if I would get y'all's emails, I as well can carbon copy y'all as well in the email as well.
All right.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. The next one is just, thank you very much. And if you want to hang around for just after the meeting's over, I'd like to visit with you for a second, okay? Thank you. Next, we have discussed a possible action on authorization to advertise for requests for proposals for an alternative copier fax machine supplier. So what happened with these being late, we looked at all of these that we have, and we think it's probably prudent that the county actually just go out for bids. And so what we're asking you here is to authorize the auditor and us to get together and talk about doing a request for proposal. Again, we're not unhappy with Xerox machines, but we should probably just make sure that we're getting the best deal we possibly can. Did you want to say something?
No, just send it out so I can make sure I write everything down.
Okay, perfect.
I move we give authorization to advertise for proposals for copier and fax machines.
Second.
Motion is second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed a possible action on approval of Medina County Clerk Records Archive Plan for fiscal year 22 and 23. Spending more money.
Spending money.
You got the floor now, 30 minutes.
I don't know why this is on there. You asked me to. That was last time. We did this last time.
Oh, we did?
It's already signed.
You already did
I
that.
don't think so.
So you got 15 minutes.
Well, you know, in that case,
Y'all already proved it.
forget that one. We're tabling it.
Never mind.
I know, we did spend money last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have discussed take possible action on approval of memorandum of understanding with Walmart for submittal of grant application for the sheriff's office. This is a grant application that Walmart allows to the sheriff for $2,000 for canines. Am I correct?
For expenses for canines.
Expenses for canines. And we have canines at the sheriff's department, right?
Yes.
Are they at your house?
One.
One?
One of them.
One of them is, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay, we'll see. There we go. We're gonna give her dog food.
You're just gonna see it just gets.
But my question is it sleep in bed with your husband?
No.
He
Okay.
ain't that committed then.
Now, Jerry doesn't qualify.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion, we approve the memorandum of understanding with Walmart.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed a possible action on ratification of resolution requesting a public sale of property described as 415 Aubrey Natalia, acquired by Medina County at a delinquent tax sale. So this is a tax sale that's happened. Nobody bought it. So now we just need to sell it at a public auction.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed a possible action on reappointment of Manuel Rodriguez, Maria Sanchez, Linda Rodriguez to the Emergency Services District Number 5 Board of Directors.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed possible action on declaring items from the following offices as surplus or salvage and authorized disposal. Y'all have that in front of you from the district attorney, the JP3 tax office, and human resources.
And the items for human resources are gonna be donated to Meals on
Well, that's very nice of you.
Donated to who?
Wheels. Meals on Wheels?
Oh, okay.
Do they want anything else?
I don't.
Did you try?
Yes.
Okay,
They would probably take it.
yeah. Some of this equipment looks pretty old. Okay,
Well,
do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion, we declare the items from the following office as surplus and or salvage to dispose of.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have discussed take possible action on approval of change orders and other matters regarding the construction of the courthouse annex and jail addition. And we have one from the jail for $4,800. And that was to, so was that the dishwasher that was never used?
No, sir, it's sort of a new dishwasher, but it didn't have the right wiring and circuit size. It has to be rewired.
Okay. That's what that, but we also have, there was a washing machine, a dryer.
That was never used.
That's coming still, right? Or is that in here?
No, sir.
Okay. We have a dryer that's been sitting there for years, but it's going to be put to use now. That's, so I need a motion for this one.
Make a motion, we put the change in.
Second.
Motion is second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have court member announcements.
Yeah, we're blowing and going, you know, we're gonna keep saying this about this new crew we got going. I don't think any of us could be any prouder of how this thing is working out. You know, they're jumping from precinct to precinct to precinct, that equipment has not stopped.
Good.
So, I'd like to thank all the commissioners for finally coming together and working as a whole team and, you know, making progress throughout the county.
Perfect. Very well. Well, I got to go to my first CTE meeting last night in Medina Valley High School. It was absolutely fantastic.
CTE stands for?
Career and Technical Education.
Perfect.
When I got there in 2013, we created the advisory board, and we had 6 different groups. Today they have 16 with 5 clusters in each 16. This last year alone, they had 800 certified jobs that went out to Medina Valley. 600 of those had 2. So what they're putting in place over there and what we got going on right now, the advisory board met last night, like I say, it's an amazing group of people. They got a brand new director that's running it, and I think she has put together a program that is going to last Medina County for years to come. The thing of it is, the stuff we had in place 10 years ago, some of that stuff is outdated. You know, like automotive. There's no use working on a carburetor no more because you can't even find a vehicle with a carburetor on it. So they're going to the next step. What's costing now is equipment to work on this equipment. The automotive thing, we have people scattered all through the city and the state that have graduated out of that. The oil field, as far as our welders are concerned, are some of the top in the state. And I helped facilitate getting brand new welding machines in there when I was there because they had some stuff that was 60 years old. And we got brand new welders in there, MIG welders, all electronic welders. They are doing a fantastic job. So all I can tell you, you hear all the stuff about school districts, I can hand it to Medina Valley with the CTE group. It is fantastic. And it's a pleasure to be able to serve on the board again.
Perfect.
It's great to have them come out of high school with a job skill.
The trade.
Trade.
Yep.
Okay. We, over in 4th Century, Precinct 4, we were without phone service or computers for 24 days, and it was frustrating at times. Keith got tired of me calling him. The lady at AT&T doesn't like me, but I don't care. But I think if this would have happened in the courthouse or somewhere, you can bet your sweet potato that it would get done faster. But we're back in the loop. It took her 2 days to go through all the emails, and we don't have to courier this stuff over to Hondo anymore, but it's good to finally get some sort of communication back over there. And he tells me that we can't get away from AT&T because there's no fiber optic for ComZoom over there. So it's kind of cost prohibitive to come out there with a fiber optic line, so we'll suffer through what we got for another 57 days, and then I won't give a start.
Somebody else's problem, I guess.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna have to deal with it, Lloyd.
Well, I will say that it was a lot of fun reading the text, okay? You know, we could make those into a book, I'm sure. with, something dancing with wolves?
Yeah, dancing with Jerry.
Dancing with Jerry, that could be it. So, it was entertaining.
Thank you.
So, that it?
As far as you know.
Okay. I have a couple things. One is, I think I sent y'all, the Fifth Circuit made a decision on the Lupe Torres lawsuit that we approved the people in Austin to intervene on our behalf on the voting, the requirement that you have to have a physical address to vote. And about a year and a half ago, the court approved allowing this group out of Austin to intervene in Medina County to fight it because there was some groups that had sued saying it was unconstitutional to require somebody to have a physical address in suing on the Texas law that said that. Well, the opinion came in last week and we prevailed, and the law in Texas that says you have to have a physical address is still the law in Texas.
Somebody finally realized that you cannot live in a mailbox.
You cannot live in a mailbox, especially 50 different people.
Yeah.
But the other thing that happened with that is it's actually over and done because the Fifth Circuit reversed and rendered, which is critical, meaning it doesn't even go back down to the district level. It's done, and so that case is over. We have a Highway 211 after 30 years of Highway 211 between Potranco and 471 being in the making. They're going to have a ribbon cutting for that on November 14th at 9 o'clock at the intersection of Highway 211 and Potranco. On November the 18th, y'all may want to come out to Christmas in God's Country at 6 o'clock. They're going to have the grand opening of it. And one of the bills y'all approved today was to have Elite Lighting, who did the lighting on our courthouse annex. When we got the new roof put on, all of our lights were taken down on the old courthouse. And so Keith and I and Jennifer kind of got together and said, you know, that's a beautiful building and we should make it look good. So I think it's going to look good on that night. Let's hope so. But have you seen them on yet, Keith?
No, sir.
Do you think that they're working?
There was some going up yesterday.
Yeah, they were. They're ready. We're going to test them on Week Friday.
Okay, perfect.
Now, are we gonna beat Bandera County lighting? I mean, I
I've
sent
never
you a
seen
picture of it last year.
Bandera County?
Yeah, I mean, they got the whole works out there.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If we're gonna do it, we need to do a chain and chase style there.
Okay, we can do it. So anyway, that's on November the 18th, and then we are not having a workshop today as we posted on the airport board. And just to give you all a little idea of what that is, we have 2 members on a Medina County Castro Airport board. By law, we're required to have 2 members on it. The real argument's coming around Castroville and what that board's authority is going to be, and we're going to have a workshop today to talk about it and what they had proposed, but they couldn't make it, so they're going to have a public hearing on November 14th
14th at City Hall in Castro.
and discuss what's going on, and we may have a meeting that next Thursday to have a workshop to talk about it. We'll probably have it on the agenda, but
Next Thursday.
2 weeks, in 2 weeks.
Okay, next Thursday we're gonna be on.
It'll be 2 weeks.
We got that thing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But otherwise, everything else is good. Thank y'all. We are adjourned.